Hi guys, it's Mrs. Tucker. I wanted to give you guys a few hints and tips on working your 20-day tax plan days 1 and 2. So let's get started. Number 1 on day 1 says put these numbers in order from greatest to least. From greatest to least. Let me see, I'm doing this from home. Let me see if this is going to work here. Control 2. Okay, if you're doing it greatest to least, oh, that didn't work. Greatest to least, I would write this, greatest to least, so that you know once you convert those numbers, all of those numbers into decimal form, that you're putting them in order from greatest to least. Okay? Number 2, a rectangular flag has a width to length ratio. Set yourself up a word ratio. Width to length. It has a ratio of 2 to 3. It says, what is the length if the width is 26 inches? If the width is 26 inches, that goes up here. You're solving for the length, cross multiply to solve. Okay? Or figure out what you took 2 times. 2 times what gives you 26. Do the same thing down here. All right? Okay, on number 3, the area of a square is 18 meters. I'm sorry. The area of a square is 81 meters. Here's your square. They want to know what the side length is. So if the area is 81, what number times itself gives you 81? Don't forget to include your units. All right, number 4 is scientific notation. You want to put the decimal point in scientific notation such that the number out front is between 1 and 10. This is a really large number, so the exponent on your 10 is going to be positive. We want to put our decimal point right there, 2.454. Oops, couldn't really get that in there. Times 10 to the, now count how far you moved your decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember doing that? Okay, let's scroll down a little bit. Well, that was a little too far. Number 6 says, whoops, I guess we're back at number 5. Juan has a box containing 4 crackers, 6 peppermints, 4 bubblegums, and 6 licorice sticks. What is the probability of randomly choosing a cracker, replacing it, and then randomly choosing a peppermint on the second pick? First thing you need to do is count up how many total items are in that box. Count up the total number of items and put that here. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. This is really difficult to do from home. Total number of items goes down here. On the first draw, what is the probability of choosing a cracker? Well, that's 4 out of the total number of items. Replacing it, and then choosing a peppermint on the second pick. Peppermint, there's 6 of them. Your total is still the same. How do you find the probability of both of those things happening at the same time? You multiply. Okay? Let me scroll down here. Number 6, find the total surface area of a box which has a length of 3, a width of 13, and a height of 4. Well, we just got done doing this in class. Try to draw yourself a little picture of a box and label it. It has a length of 3 centimeters, a width of 13 centimeters, and a height of 4 centimeters. First of all, name the shape. What kind of shape is it? Rectangular prism. They're asking for total surface area, so you need a formula for total surface area. This is where you're going to need your formula chart. Remember this? Perimeter of the base is going to be 3 plus 13 plus 3 plus 13. That number's going to go right there. Your height is 4, and 2 times the area of your base. The area of your base is going to be 3 times 13. Okay? So you guys figure that out, and your answer is going to be in centimeters squared. Number 7, find the circumference of a racetrack whose diameter is 22 yards. Okay, here you just need the formula. C equals pi times diameter. They want to know the circumference. they gave you the diameter. Easy enough to do. Number 8, a train travels at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. The equation D equals 150 times T represents the relationship between the distance, D, the number of miles that the train travels, and T, the number of hours it travels. What is the distance in miles that the train will travel in 1.5 hours? That's a pretty simple question. Just substitute 1.5 hours for T, multiply, and you have your distance. Don't forget to include your units. Number 9, a cube has a length of 6 inches. What's its volume? All right, a cube is a special type of rectangular prism. So, rectangular prism, they want the volume, and the length, the width, and the height are all the same. They're all 6. So volume equals length times width times height. 6 times 6 times 6. Alrighty, that was number 9. Number 10. Jim bought a TV for $1,198 and a DVD player for $69.98, including tax. How much will his payments be if he wants to pay it off in 15 equal payments? What you need to do first is add these two together, add them together, and take your total and then do what? Yep, divide by 15. And that'll give you how many dollars per month. All right, that was day 1. Let's go on down to day 2. Number 1 on day 2 says, express this in standard notation. The first thing I look at is the exponent. The exponent is positive, so that means we're dealing with a large number. So I'm going to take 3.67 and I'm going to move it 5 places in order to make it a large number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put zeros in the dips, put in your comma, and you're done. Number 2. Monday, the low temperature at 6 a.m. was negative 15 degrees F. Draw yourself a thermometer. Here's 0. At 6 a.m. it was at negative 15 degrees. The high temperature at 3 p.m. was 45 degrees. They want to know how much warmer was it at 3 p.m. Not only did you have to rise 15 degrees here, but you also had to go up another 45. They want to know, what is this total difference right here? So what it winds up being is 45 degrees subtracting a negative 15. How do you subtract a negative number? Remember how to do that? Yeah. Number 3, shampoo is on sale at 20 ounces for $7.18. How much does 1 ounce cost? Hope you guys remember how to do this. How much does 1 ounce cost? It's $7.18 for 20 ounces. That fraction bar is a division symbol. Which one goes in the house? Yeah, the top one always goes in the house. If it's written in fraction form, your numerator always goes in the house. The denominator goes outside. So on number 3, it's a division problem. I want to see you do all the work. Don't use a calculator, do this by hand. Number 4. George wants to string lights along one diagonal of a rectangular window. Go ahead and draw your rectangular window. They use the clue word diagonal. You guys wrote this down on your formula chart. If you see the word diagonal, you should be thinking what? Yeah, the diagonal cuts that rectangle into 2 right triangles. It says a rectangular window has a length of 8 feet and a width of 6 feet. They want to know, what is the minimum length of lights needed? George strings the lights along one diagonal. They want to know this length right here, C. You're going to use Pythagorean theorem. Here's your A, and here's your B, unless you remember what C is. Some of you guys probably have this memorized based on a 3, 4, 5 right triangle. Okay, number 5, find the median. What is the median of those 4 sets of numbers? Well, first you're going to have to put them in order from smallest to largest. So 3.3, 3.5, 5.6, and 7.2. The median is the number that's in the middle. How do you find the number that's between 3.5 and 5.6? Yeah, add them together and divide by 2. Number 6, find the lateral surface area of a box. You guys really have to draw a picture on this one, or you won't know what measurements to use. So draw yourself a box. I want to see this on your paper. It has a length of 2 centimeters, a width of 7 centimeters, and a height of, well, I can't read it. I think it says 10 centimeters. Now, they want lateral surface area. If you look at your formula chart, it says lateral surface area equals perimeter of the base times the height. Your perimeter of your base is going to be 2 plus 7 plus 2 plus 7, and your height is going to be 10. Add that up, multiply by 10. Number 7. A round container has a height of 2 feet and a diameter of 2 feet. What's the volume? Well, a round container is also known as a cylinder. So it's got a height of 2 feet, and the diameter, the distance across here, is 2 feet. If I know the diameter is 2 feet, then the radius has to be what? Yeah, radius has to be 1. They want the volume for what shape? Yep, it's a cylinder. So volume of cylinder, you've got to go find yourself a formula. It says this, but what is capital B? Yeah, that's the area of your base. So that's going to be pi radius squared multiplied by the height of the cylinder. The height of your cylinder is 2. Your radius is 1. And here it doesn't say what to use for pi. I'd go ahead and use 3.14 since these numbers are so easy. Number 8. Lisa bought a table for $148.50. Oh, she bought 3 tables for $148.50. If each table, this is the tough one here, if each table cost $45 before tax was added, what tax rate did she pay? They're looking for the percentage that she paid in tax. Well, the first thing I would do is I would take $148.50. That's the price including tax for 3 tables, and then I would divide by 3. Okay? Once you get that number, take this answer right here and subtract $45. This answer here has the tax amount in it. This doesn't, and when you subtract, you get the amount without tax. Okay, so when you have your amount without tax, that is going to go over your original amount, because this turns out to be difference over original equals P over 100. What was your original amount? Was it this number right here in the box? This one right here? Or is $45 your original amount? Well, if you've got an amount without tax, you want the original amount without tax. So it turns out to be this. Okay, so the steps are: first, divide by 3. Take this number here, the amount for 1 table with tax, subtract what it costs without tax, and you get this amount without tax. That's difference over original, set equal to P over 100, and cross multiply. All right? We can talk more about that one in class. Number 9. Joe bought a CD for 30% off the regular price of $18, not including tax. The next day it was on sale for 65% off the regular price. How much money would he have saved if he had waited to buy the CD? Okay, well, what's the difference in your 2 discounts? Okay, first day it was 30% off, the next day it was 65% off. If you take 65 and subtract 30, that's a 35% difference. That's the percentage that you would have saved. So 35 over 100